so basically, I put this in the candy, not like this, in a separate jar, and then I put the reducer in the candy, and then Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup. It's the Foose design kit they put out a while back that we're doing quite a bit different. What we've mainly been working on right now is body work on the cab. So I got a good bit of body work done on the cab. We did, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm kind of glossing over. Had kind of a bad day today. Been a bad day, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about what actually did work out today, which was the body work on the front of the cab getting much closer. So we're about there. It is basically, well, it is in. Like I'm pretty happy with the shape we have there. I think at this point now, and if, by the way, if you're new to this build, there's a lot going on. So there's a playlist down in the description if you want to get caught up with what's kind of going on here. But basically what we've been doing is rebuilding in the body down here. We're grafting in a Bronco front end. I mean, radiator support, everything. So I needed to build in the body here that wrap around the underside of the grill, the Bronco grill. Pretty well got it formed in. Now I've been doing all this body work. One, I built in some styrene to give structure, and then I've been filling it in with a 2K filler, so a filler hardener. At this point now, I need to go to more of a glaze putty or like a 1K filler. I use all U-pole stuff, so I'll try to remember. Let me editing Tim put in a picture of the body filler that's being used, and then I like to use. As far as the glaze, which I don't have, so I need to get it. I like to use U-Pole's Dolphin Glaze. They make it in a 1K now. You can get it. I know you used to be able to get it in a combo hardener filler. You can get it in an all-in-one glaze putty. So I'm gonna have to get some of that to basically just start doing the fine details around. And then, well, I guess I should show this a little better to you. Doing the fine details around here, and then what we should have the front end of this thing good to go. I think it's real close. Our bumper's fitting in nicely underneath there. Anyways, the other win, I guess, of the day is not only are we doing body work on the, here it is. Not only are we doing body work on the cab, but we're doing body work on the bed also. And I did go out and get a second kit. So I have a second bed that we are using. And I just wanted to show a little better. Basically, I've got one of the fenders. All I've got done so far is one of the fenders trimmed down to just its shell, I guess you would say. So I removed, basically I just cut along here. The way I did it, I just cut it out, and then I just ground down the outside of the bed off of it, and then I took out, ground out the inside of the bed. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. So I got just basically a shell, and what we're going to do, so to better understand, if you didn't understand before, is we're going to graft this in right here to make a larger wheel well. So we're still going to use this opening. We're going to use this opening, but we're going to use this top. I hope that makes sense. So, but what basically we'll have to do is cut this wheel well along here, cut it out, and then graft this one. This will get cut down, of course. All this, the bottoms of the wheel well will get removed. That'll get grafted in just like so, with that top cut off of this one. Again, we'll use this trim. We'll use, this trim will all get cut out of this one. So we still have to basically cut this. Let me see if I can give you a better look. We're basically gonna have to cut this one here along, cut the trim out, and then along here, and then that's what's going to get grafted in like so, and then we'll end up eventually with more space to shove the tire up into when this thing's completely sitting on the ground, because basically this sits just like this, so that tire has to sit basically all the way up to here. If it goes here, obviously it can't go as low. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. But now let's talk about, I guess the elephant in the room, is that the phrase? Is it, I don't know, the 8,000 elephant or the gorilla in the room or something, one of those sayings. But what I did also yesterday is go ahead and go get the mix-ins, the mixers. If I was a bartender, I'd call it the mixers. So we have the gold. The gold we shot. I'm going to be honest, the gold did not shoot very well, but we got it done on the engine parts. So I got some reducer, because that'll help this shoot better when we start shooting the body. We've got the candy that we're using, and the candy says you need 40-30. But I've also read that it's better to go with the 40-50. I don't know. It said that this stuff doesn't haze, and it's a little better. So why 40-30 exists, I don't know. I think this is probably just the newer stuff. But I got both. But what I did read is this does not need thinned. This you probably most likely need to thin. So I did thin it. Right? I thinned this, added it to the candy, and so I put, so basically I put this in the candy, not like this, in a separate jar, and then I put the reducer in the candy, and then I sprayed our body parts that are not our body parts, I'm sorry, our engine parts that were already gold. So here's our engine parts that were painted. So they are currently being stripped in some super clean. It was so thin. I sprayed it out and it seemed okay. And then I sprayed the engine parts and it pulled. It was so so moral of the story. And I wanted to get you guys out there that use this Createx stuff. And I was by the way, I was using this Createx stuff because I had it on hand. Right? So I'm like, oh, I'll use it. I have it on hand. Now I've spent, I don't know, $20 more, and it's been a bunch of headache. Anyway, I should just went and bought some paint. Anyways, I think at the end of okay, so two things. I think at the end of the day, okay, so my gun, which by the way is like a Frankenstein, literally a Frankenstein gun. It's parts from a Sparmax. Sparmax, is that the name? It's parts from multiple different guns just put into one. Basically, what I had I could get to work. Needle is too small for the gold, unreduced. So I think we reduce. Which one's the reduced? Yeah, we reduce the gold. I think we're good to go out of that gun. I'm gonna test it, obviously. This time. The candy, I think my needle's too big. I think I need to go down. I think I need to go down in needle size. So, or what I'll try first is not reducing the 40-50. This, what do they call this? It's 40-50 gloss, a UVLS clear. And this is it's not a clear. It's just basically a binding agent. I think basically it's like it's just something to put this, which is kind of just dye into, is my, what I'm kind of figuring out here. I'm going to try not reducing it, adding the candy to it, and then see how that shoots. See if it shoots a little finer. Yeah, it shot fine, and then when I started actually shooting the parts, it just, I mean, it was a mess. So I was like, okay, we'll try this again, because I need to get these paints figured out. Anyways, I've never used them, so I'm okay with stripping that down. I'm not okay with stripping. Don't do that. It's not a good way to make money, but I'm okay with stripping down the parts here. Yeah, so, I got to get this figured out. If you have any information, I think what I'm going to have to do is get a second gun. What I need to do, here's what I need to do. Let's be honest and upfront. I need to buy a good airbrush, or at least an airbrush that has all the same manufacturer's parts in it. That might be step number one. Okay, so, and what I think I'll do is keep the brush I'm using now for the base, because I think this thinned, the gun actually sprays pretty good. I'm kind of over exaggerating, but then I think I might go ahead and get another gun and size down the needle, which I need to see. I'm not actually positive what size the needle is in that gun that I have, because like I said, I've Frankensteined it together. I think it's a 30, but I don't remember. I have to go back and look, or try to figure that out. Anyways, but I definitely have to reshoot paint. So I was hoping today the motor would kind of be put together. This gold is a little bit harder to strip. It's starting to come up. You can see the super clean is actually clean. So the candy came off real easy because it had not really cured. I dumped out that super clean, and now I've got it in a new vat, and I can see the gold is starting to come off. So I should hopefully be able to work on this today. I think what I'm going to do is just get a bunch of spoons and just start kind of spraying out. My fear is I don't want to use use up all my paint trying to figure out how to spray it. But I got to get it figured out before I spray the body, obviously. Anyways, if you have any information that maybe any tips, tricks, whatever with this stuff, please let me know. Again, I'm an idiot. This is all learning for me. Hopefully we kind of learn together. So once I do get it figured out, I can obviously pass on what worked, what didn't work. I can tell you reducing the 40-50 did not work. So there you go. You're welcome. But let me know what you know down in the comment section. It really helps me out. I do appreciate it. If you're enjoying this build, please hit the subscribe button. Got not all. Got most of the parts in for the Oldsmobile. So update on that is going to be coming. It's pretty much all the parts are in. And that we can start getting finished up. But I'm also going to get back to work on the cab and the bed. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I got to get back to work and figure this mess out. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.